Good day, everyone, and welcome to Easy Pinoy Math. And our lesson for today is all about, or are all about, 10 creative ways to teach math, technology in mathematics classroom, and using technology to improve teaching and learning. The first topic is 10 creative ways to teach math. So, what are these 10 creative ways to teach mathematics? Teacher, can you spare a sign? My worst experience with a teacher was during our math class. I love math and really thought I knew and understand math. But my math teacher sent me home crying every day because she marked my homework and test wrong since I used to get my positive and negative signs wrong. I knew how to do the problems, but I always got my answers with wrong sign. Reflection. The scenario illustrate the difficulties experienced by some unfortunate learners. But can we afford to let such kind of teachers? They affect the way our learners feel about math. So let's hope not. Therefore, it depends upon every teacher to strive to improve his or her teaching style to increase the number of children liking and even loving mathematics. Such should start as early as in the elementary grades. If you can, uh, let the students to love math during their elementary grade, then that will be good. Because at the end, or maybe upon stepping to the next stage of their career in the educational level, then that will be good. They will not find hard to learn mathematics. Furthermore, these varied and appropriate teaching approaches can entice more learners to like and love math. Now, there are 10 creative ways to teach mathematics in this lesson. First, using singing, dancing, and dramatization. So, in teaching mathematics, you can use singing, you can use dancing, and you can use dramatization. Specifically, or especially in elementary level. There are more on games, there are more on dancing, there are more on physical activities. So, the students will enjoy the lesson. Use children's bodies, like counting or multiplying numbers, or counting the months with 30 and 31 days. Another is by understanding the different symbols in operation, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division sign. So you can use children's bodies. Use children's games. So that's very important because mostly in the elementary level, they love games. Okay, they love games. They love physical activities. They enjoy physical activities, especially when you put them in or integrate them in your lesson. They will love it and they will remember it. Use magic trick. You can sometimes as a teacher you can do some magic tricks so that the students will amaze you, captivate their attention in learning the subject matter. Use children's stories. Most of the children or students love stories, right? Or bedtime stories. So if you will use some children's stories and you integrate your math subject to this, maybe they can listen to you because there is a plot. They can see plot to your subject, or they can hear plot to your subject, and sometimes they can answer it, right? Halimbawa, pwede yung nagbigay ng 10 apples, si ganito, at nagbigay pa siya ng another 10 apples. Sa tingin nyo, ilan kaya magiging total ng apple na naibigay sa kanya? And then, the student will just answer 20. So, that's another way to teach math. Use children's natural creativity. So let your students do some creative way in mathematics. In high school, sometimes we can use this in their projects or as part of their project, no? On how or what model they can use to understand this particular topic, or model to use, example, if their topic is more on, let's say, statistics. Okay, if their topic is more on statistics, so what model representation or tools or concrete materials they can use to learn this topic. So that's use children's natural creativity, or just let them give, or just give them a problem and let them solve the problem by themselves. See what is the pattern they use and how they got the answer. Okay. Now, use children's problem solving abilities. That's very important. No? If you give them a problem, at the end of each lesson, that's good, because in every lesson there should be a problem solving. Okay, and from that they can apply what they have learned in the content knowledge you taught to them. Use a variety of strategies. That's very important. Now, it is not always good to stick in one strategy. There should be a variety of strategies so that the students will enjoy the lesson in mathematics. Use assessments to measure children's mathematics learning. Okay, so there are so many types of assessment we can use. Actually, observing students is another a way or method of assessment. When you observe them, how they learn, that's already an assessment. Okay, there are some assessment like the pencil and paper test. Another assessment might be by assessing their work, their creativity. So by using rubrics, so that those are assessment, okay, or assessment materials to measure children's mathematics learning. And finally, use of technology, because using technology nowadays is very important, no? Lalo na sa type of learners that we have. Maraming mga bata ngayon na magagaling pa sa atin, or mas magagaling pa sa mga teachers nila in terms of technology. That's why, as a teacher, we should adopt to this kind of learner. Okay, so try digital cameras to record children's mathematical work in their play and in plan activities, and then use the photographs to aid discussion and reflections with children, curriculum planning, and communication with parents. Use computers wisely to mathematize situation and provide individualized instruction. Now, as a reflection for this topic, choose the best strategy suited to you and your students. Explain how will you employ it in your class. So that's very important. Now, when we are doing a or when we are having this particular lesson, we should have a type of strategy that is suited to the type of lessons that we have, and then from that strategy we can find a specific technology so that the students will enjoy the lesson. Now, technology in the math classroom. So the advantages of technology in the math classroom is it helps to motivate students. That's number one. Helps students conceptualize topics. Utilizing technology is now part of the state of educational standards. To differentiate instruction and appeal to multiple learning styles of the learners, build self-confidence. But the disadvantages of this is can be costly. That's number one. Changes rapidly, so constant upgrading and professional development to learn new programs is essential. Lalo na yung mga phones ngayon, mabilis silang magbago. Plagiarism and access to the sources for all students. Technology to use in math. So we have different technology that can be used in mathematics that is to be discussed in our latter discussion. But for this lesson, I can provide you some. These are Geometer's Sketchpad, BrainPop.com, TI Navigator, GeoGebra, Algebrator, and Math Calculator. So these are some of the technologies that you can download in a Google or in any search engine site, okay, that can be used in teaching mathematics. Using technology to improve teaching and learning. Why use technology? Why it is important that in teaching mathematics we should use the technology? First, it gives you interactivity. Okay, there is an interactivity, content delivery and revision. It's easy for you to deliver the content, managing learning and resources, collaboration, You can use technology to collaborate with your students, to collaborate the students from one another. Communication, sense of cohort, and then variety of teaching and learning preferences. Then formative and summative assessment. So these are the reasons why to use technology in mathematics classroom. How does this help? So why? What do you think will be the help of using technology? First, allows students more control of their own learning. Second, allows lecturers to guide more, teach less, allows students to build up knowledge and become part of the teaching process. Hindi siya more on teacher-centered, no? It's more on student-centered. Can provide some really engaging learning experiences. Teachers can provide scaffolding and safety nets. At risk, students can be identified more quickly. Agad mo malalaman kung sino talaga yung nahihirapan sa klase mo because of this of using technology. Then collaborating can be very well supported. So I wrote some of the experiences of the students before and comparing to the students who are now using a computer. In 1998, they said, we have excellent hardware and software, but the lecturers don't use it much for teaching. Some of them put their lecture notes on the web. So they just, put their lecture notes on the web and the students will just search to that lesson or to the yeah they just click that lesson. So that's before. All computing sciences subjects have lecture notes on the web, but none of the other subjects use computers at all, which is just as well because the machines crash all the time. Before the 1998, the type of computer that we have, they always crash, no. Hindi pa sila ganong kapulido. That's why it's very hard for them to study using using computer. And then in 1998, another, I expected to have to use computers all the time. In fact, we rarely use them. Minsan naka-display. Not even in subjects like accounting, where we have to do everything manually. Before, no? They use accounting in manually. Manually, yeah. But now you can compute using computer. In 2008, the experience of the students changed. So one of these three students said, computer use is essential in all courses. We have access to courses, notes, essay, past exam, electronic journals. So they have this what we call ELMS or learning portal, the course handbook and course overview. We often use emails to communicate with the other students, lecturers, and tutors. A commerce student said in 2008 that Blackboard, PowerPoint, emails, and electronic journals are used very effectively, but nothing very innovative happens. There was some online assessment in first year, he said. Smaller class sizes in science meant less use of PowerPoint than in some of my other courses. There is very mixed use of technology depending on the skill of the lecturer. Some lecturers are useless and upload the wrong files. Other files don't work. So ito sinasabi ng isang science student na parang mas magaling pa sila, or yeah, they have this knowledge in technology and these lecturers don't have any knowledge on how to use this technology so that they can connect with the learners. Okay, so that's all about for our lesson for today, the 10 creative ways to teach math, technology in math classroom, using technology to improve teaching and learning. Don't you worry, pahapyaw pa lang ito ng ating lesson, no? Because sooner or later, we will focus on the different technology that we can use in teaching and learning mathematics. With that, thank you very much for your listening.